Rapping. Just rapping. Sometimes I look at and yeah, commit run, it be the same. Label the kingdom come as a changing click. Make sure you want to look out for my partner Young Roll album coming soon. The Gift. Young Roll to Nobody. Color Changing Click. DJ Paul Wall. Paid in Full Records. Back in the lab. Rapping. Rapping. Just rapping. Sometimes I look at my life, I look at the shit, I look at my people, and I look at this little rapper shit. I'm like, fuck. Oh, like, fuck it. Look, my nigga. That's all you gotta do, man. Just let people know you here. You go through the shit, I go through the shit. They wanna know if you gonna talk about it, though. I love you for it, trust me. Try it. I'll tell y'all about somebody I know. My bad, let me tell y'all about nobody. Listen up. Hey. His mother's sick and they doubt if her conditions gonna get cool. And on top of that, his little sister started skipping school. He knows what the fans like, but he don't know what to do. So we take his ass to the studio and start rapping about Jews. He's such a fool. Now he's feeling so dumb. He wanna be a grown man, but goddamn it, he's so young. And he's still growing up. The rap got him blowing up. He does a show and it seems like his fans ain't showing up. Now the people don't even want to pay him his money. And the motherfuckers he came with laughing, saying it's funny. Now his crew is getting shorter, they don't want to stay in order. But he got to feed his daughter and the game is getting harder. The game is getting deep, his album drops in 2 weeks. But the bootleggers got him, see it's already in the streets. Will he make it? He don't know. Will he flop? He don't know, but he knows he got another show. He got to get back on the road. Then it's back to the lab again. Oh, he's getting mad again, talking about his dad again. Someone give him a pad again. Now he's rapping different. His style is start to switching, but his fans don't like that, so his fans don't want to listen. Now he has nobody, and he's trusting nobody, and he don't even have a name, so they call him nobody. He's been abused and stressed, getting confused and depressed, but he can't lose just yet, dog. Who's the best? He's trying to be real with himself, but he can't deal with himself. He listened to his own CDs, and he ain't feeling himself. He ain't feeling them, but he got bills. He gotta keep dealing, but the conflict on his brain is just stressing and killing him. Then he takes a look at his favorite rapper CDs and he think, damn, what would he say if he ever heard me? Now he's looking in the mirror and he hates himself. He breaks the glass and screams out he hates himself. Now he's breaking his CDs. Why did he spit this way? The same bullshit. He's running out of shit to say. I got more ice than this. I got more ice than that. Fuck that, bitch. I'm broken. I'm tired of rap. And if you ever hear me rapping on a CD flashing, you can come up to me and slap me, shoot me, stab me. I would choke myself before promote myself with some rich shit talking kid. Bitch, I broke myself. Now it's back to the lab again. Me and my bad again. Damn right I'm mad again. Talking about my dad again. And I won't lose it. Go back, I can't do it. Fall out, I can't do it. Look, I'm lost in this music, rapping to the tape pop. Keep jamming Tupac, bring my ego to the top. Young Roll won't stop until one of these punk-ass rappers feel me, or one of these punk-ass rappers kill me. I'm breathing fire, this dirty world need to shower what we desire. Shit we feel we need for power is eating our brain up and it's leading to nada. This rap game is falling off like leaves in autumn. Cars and bras, the only things for us record and disregard. Times is hard, bars is fraud. Speak on wars, but when the beef start, bars is not. Before feet move too fast, I'ma pause and halt. My life has been miserable, pitiful, unpredictable. See what the thug life really do before you try to ridicule. When stressed, I prayed it down on my knees. It's what I didn't do. If I was blind and your raps was frail, I ain't feeling you. 50-50 friend has had it up to the ceiling. I bet on your block, your men's friendly as Finny Pool. Hang with nobody that pop pills to the pennies loose. Put miles on my tennis shoes. Grinding to get some.
What is good, everybody? Holla at your boy. Of course, you know me. It's your boy, AK, and I'm back here, finally back here with another live stream with y'all today. And we're going to be talking about Kris Ross, the defensive tackle from Gala North Shore, the 3-star committed to the Longhorns as a representation of his father, making him feel good about his community and bringing it home to Texas. Was we need interior defensive linemen. I will be talking about his recruitment and what he is as a player and how he will fit in the defensive scheme here for the Texas Longhorns. And we did start spring practice. We did have spring ball. First day of practice yesterday. Have a couple of side notes of to go in with you guys. But if you're new to the live stream today, I do have a new mic on today. I have purchased the Yeti mic here for you. So if anybody has any comments or anything about how it is sounding just a little bit better, as I did have just a small little GoPro, little mini mic, and now I got the Yeti Blue mic. So if it is any kind of sort of improvement, if you guys have been listening to the Eyes on Texas live streams in the past, and this is kind of sort of improvement on the audio, I'd very much appreciate that if you would let me know. I do have 5 of y'all in here. Appreciate you showing up through the nooner here for you. I do have 3 thumbs up. If I could go ahead and just get more thumbs up on that, I very much appreciate that. As everybody, I'd like to welcome. My name is AK. I'm the owner, moderator, and everything. I do everything here in the Eyes on Texas channel. But before we go into the commitment of Gala's North Shore, Kris Ross, we did, in fact, start practice spring ball just this past Tuesday, just the other day, and I do have some few notes on that for you, which I'm very excited about going there for you. It is spring practice or whatever, and this is what whenever I played football, this is what our coach would call we're going grays. We're going to have gray days, and that would be no shoulder pads, strictly just t-shirts, the short t-shirts and shorts. And normally we would, in fact, wear helmets. So this was not a full pads day. This was just what we call a gray day, which is just going to be t-shirts and helmets, basically. Just to let you know, it would be called helmets and tees. So let's talk about this all gas and no brakes mentality and what Coach Sark was really meaning by it, because it's not just words. It's just not hype. It's just not what we're trying to do to get these kids and everybody excited about what we got going on here at the University of Texas Longhorns athletic football program. No, it is how we are running our program. It is the mantras of our program. It is the staple statement of our program. All gas, no brakes. And his upbeat, up-style, up-tempo practices are most definitely reflecting that such way, as it is upbeat, high repetitions, multiple repetitions, not much breaks, as the practice yesterday did just last just over 2 hours for a spring ball practice of having 85 scholarship athletes plus all the other walk-ons and all the other blue players. That would bring it right around 112, 115 players. That is going to be a very fast practice to get in all the reps that you need to install what you have to install, right? Of course, you're really not installing the whole entire playbooks. You're really not hardcore talking about X's and O's. You're more just want to see the athletes moving around and stretching out their muscles and getting to know you, the coaches, and the system, and what the expectations are going to be thus far going forward. And those expectations is all gas and no brakes. And that means you have to go through practice, high repetitions, high speed, multiple reps, and you need to not fade at the end. As one of Coach Sark's comments was after practice yesterday, that instead of finishing strong throughout practice, instead of really running through the tape, as coaches like to say in track, they did fade a little bit at the end. They just kind of sort of did, in fact, just survive practice rather than go balls to the wall and finish and lean through the tape and finish through the practice. A couple of players that are standing out athletically, according to Sark, and of course, this is just going to be from an athletic standpoint. These are going to be like flashes of athleticism, I would like to say, as there was no major offense, there was no major X's and O's installed. And of course, that is going to be on the offensive side of the ball. Roschon Johnson was the one I thought was a little bit of a highlight. One I was a bit surprised. My ear perked up when I said he was a flash athletically. As he's a great running back, he has been dedicated to the Texas Longhorn football program. However, he has been he's more of our short yardage back, more of a strength rather than agility back. So the fact that he signed and flashes of signs of athleticism bodes very well for me, and I'm very, very, very happy to hear about that. A couple of ones on offense that would be no surprise. That flash signs of athleticism is going to be big slot receiver Jay Witt. Whittington, of course, the 5-star from Cuero, Texas, has spent his time has had a multitude of injuries. Did have a good solid season last year. I would have liked to see a lot more from him. So I would assume very much you would like to see much for him as well. But Jay Witt did, in fact, flash signs of athleticism. And, of course, our boy, our future All-American, our stud at number 5, Mr. Cinco, talking about Bijan Robinson. Of course, he flashed that sign of athleticism. As he did lean it out a little bit this summer. He did add on muscle, but as far as a weight standpoint, I do believe he is down just a few pounds whenever they did put out the official listings, whenever they put out the roster just a few days ago. On the defensive side of the ball, no surprise here without a doubt. Alfred Collins on the defensive line is showing flashing signs of athleticism. He is going to be a first-round draft pick all the way for the Texas Longhorns, as he showed big time in the Alamo Bowl game against Colorado, as he did have that pick, and he did flash it whenever he did get time on the playing field for Texas Longhorns as a true freshman. So Alfred Collins flashing it as well, and a couple of DVs, a couple of cornerbacks. Anthony Cook did flash the athleticism, as well as Josh Thompson as well. So a couple of DBs as well. We are having, I believe, 7 players overall that are not participating at all in spring ball, and I'm going to bring those up to you right now because a lot of them are very important players. As everybody's important at this time of year, because we need to get our system implemented. We need to know the coaching philosophy, the coaching styles, the coaching lingo, the coaching language, the verbiage that they do use, and of course apply that on the football field. With a knee injury is going to be punter Brian Pruszewski, as he did miss the Alamo Bowl game as well. As we do know, Dick, the kicker, he did take on punting as well as his regular place kicking duties as well. Derek Harris, true freshman linebacker for the Texas Longhorns. He is still out from his season-ending injury that he sustained in high school. So he's still out with the knee injury that he sustained in high school. On the offensive line, Derek Kerstetter, he's also going to miss the entire spring session as he is out with an ankle injury. Tight end Braden LeBrock, he's going to be out with a shoulder injury to miss the whole entire spring ball as well. And these couple last 2 are going to be really big ones. DeMarvion Overshawn, the Mr. All-Everything sideline to sideline linebacker that we need for the Texas Longhorns to step up. And he is going to be my personal pick for the most important overall Longhorn, regardless of player, regardless of position. DeMarvion Overshawn, it's going to be my number 1 guy this year. Either Hudson Card or Casey Thompson is going to win the quarterback battle, and whoever that's going to be, I know that person is going to do a good job for the Texas. But the person who needs to show out, the person who needs to ball out and get drafted high, by my personal opinion, is going to be sideline to sideline linebacker, former safety who just transitioned to linebacker, outside linebacker this past season. That's DeMarvion Overshawn. He, unfortunately, is going to miss spring practice as well. We do have Tavonte Sweat, the big-time defensive tackle for the Texas Longhorns. He is also going to miss spring ball, unfortunately, as well. Those last two are really going to hurt, man. Talking about DeMarvion Overshawn and also talking about the big man, the big defensive tackle. But if you guys have any questions, you want to say what's up, as I always say, horns up to everybody who's up in my live chats. So anybody who has anything they would like to say, just go ahead and say it. Any kind of questions you would like to ask me at any time. Of course, this is a live chat. I do like this to be organic. I do like it to go back and forth. So if you do have any kind of sort of questions, any comments, or anything that you heard about practice from any insiders literature that you did read. If you don't know who I am A.K. Alistair King. I'm the owner, operator, moderator. I run the Eyes on Texas channel program. I do feature content about the Texas Longhorns, college football in general, as well as Texas high school football. As this program, the channel is called Eyes on Texas. I have a bit of a mess. I am a bit of a disarray in the background, as you can see. I normally try to produce content pretty much every single day of the week for you guys. It has been a bit slower than that as of recently, because as you can tell, I did just move. So if you do like this kind of sort of comment, if you do like this kind of sort of content, just go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel, as I do try to put out content every single day of the week for you guys, man. So if you would give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel, as the support that you have given me over the months, almost coming up at a year, the channel has been going on. I have 950 subscribers, man. I just need 50 more to get that 1,000 so I can buy myself some more hats and some new shoes. What's up? So G Fields, horns up to you, sir. How you doing, my friend? Rob Savalos, horns up to you, sir. How are you doing, my friend? I hope everybody is doing good. Let's see what y'all got to say. I'm pulling for Anthony Cook, man. Me too. We need him to solidify that. I believe he's going to play the slot corner position, if I am not correct. That's what they're looking for him. Big time coming out of high school. Big time player coming out of high school. Talking about Anthony Cook. Talking about another big time player coming out of high school that I did see his picture. And his picture did change from whenever I did see his high school picture. And I'm talking about Jameer Johnson, the cornerback from California. Man, he's looking like a thick neck guy. Looks like he put on some good weight over from the pictures and the time that we did see him from his last pictures and from his film. So he's got time on the 40. So he is definitely looking good. Definitely looks like he put on some good weight. So looking forward to see it. And, of course, all the incoming freshmen. I'm going to talk about all the incoming freshmen who is on campus and who's an early enrollee and who is yet to be on campus. I am going to talk that. Let's see who else we got here. Rob Savalos. Heard Brewer had a good practice. I don't like that, LOL. Man, I kind of sort of feel you on Brewer. Brewer, he's just kind of sort of an athletic incumbent, a less athletic incumbent player who just got more playing time, more reps, as he just didn't know the old system more than the others. I would like to see more of Jared Wiley, as I thought his 6'7" frame and his ability to bust the seams down the middle, down deep throughout the later season, that did expose defenses. I would have liked to see that more, as of I'm sure you would as well. Talking about Brewer. What he does bring to the 40, what he does bring to Texas, more so than any tight end on his defense, and be straight up 100% with you, Rob, and that's going to be his run blocking. I know you're just joking whenever you said that he had a good practice, LOL, because I suggest I'm thinking that you're making that suggestion based on the fact that you want to see the younger guys. You want to see Jared Wiley. That's the guy that I want to see. I'm a big time Juan Davis fan. I've stated multiple times here in this channel, he is going to be one of the reasons why I did start this channel, talking about Juan Davis, the Everman from Everman in Fort Worth. I am from the DFW area, and just seeing that young man play his heart out, play every single position for his team, who did struggle throughout his time there whenever he did play ball there. I do believe this past season they did make the playoffs, so that's good on them. But Juan Davis, whatever he was playing in high school, played every single position, running back, wide receiver, and I do believe he spent most or half the time his senior year playing quarterback. So definitely excited about seeing him on the 40. But back to the tight ends, talking about Cade Brewer, I would like to see Malcolm Epps get some more run, as I'm sure you would as well. We also do have Gunnar Helm from Cherry Creek, Colorado, another 3-star split out tight end type. Hold up, just gonna get my dog out right quick. All right. So another split out deep threat seam splitting tight end. He is a true freshman, Gunnar Helm, but he did put on some good weight as he did transition from a wide receiver to a tight end throughout his junior and senior year up there in Colorado. So I'm really looking forward from the tight end position. I was really looking forward to see what they were going to do with the tight end position, because they did in fact bring on 2/3 in the 21 cycle with the aforementioned Helm and Davis, but also net to set on campus on the 40 acres is going to be the 5-star Jatavion Sanders, of course, as he is most definitely going to get some run at tight end in the beginning. But I've said on the program that I do believe that his body will in fact grow into more of a defensive end body. But hey, man, let's throw it out there. Let's give him some run at the tight end position, and let's see what we can get. But what we do have to do is we have to make these guys happy. We don't have to play puppet master. We don't have to coddle to every single one of their feelings. But as we do know, as Texas Longhorns fans and college football fans in general, the transfer portal is real. You can just look at McDonald's University at Tennessee, as they got 427 players in the transfer portal. As it just littered 100% with their players, and of course they're all on the outs since they got busted with giving out money in McDonald's bags. And speaking of, I don't know if this is related, but I did hear that the University of Alabama tight ends coach, who was formerly on that Tennessee staff, was axed today, fired from his position. Just about like 4 to 6 weeks on the job. So I don't know if that is in relation of, but hey, all right. Let's see who else we got in here. Any update on offensive line recruits in 2022? Really, the most positive is going to be Cole Hutzer from Frisco, the guard prospect. I do think that we are at a good running for him. I do think a couple of months ago, it was between, of course, Texas Longhorns, the Aggies, and Oklahoma. I do believe that battle has switched just up north. I do believe TAMU is out, and it is trending either towards Texas or towards the aforementioned Oklahoma Sooners. I do believe Connor Robertson, of course, is very close to committing. I was under the impression, and I'm in the belief of not to slow play this prospect or any offensive line prospect that we do believe is a take. That's my estimation. I think maybe Texas is slow playing him. And what I mean by that is maybe not I believe Connor Robertson wants to commit at any time, in my estimation. He did say that he does want to check some things out. He does want to explore everything. He's a Texas legacy from a Texas feeder school from Austin Westlake. So I do believe that Texas might be slow playing a commitment from him. Ernest Green, the offensive guard from out of California, he did just release his top 8, and Texas is going to be in on that. I don't have my 22 information board up on me right now. I'll click on that here in a little bit. But of course, the big guys to get is going to be Devin Candle, Dewberry, and Banks. If we land any combination of two or three of those, we will be set. As we all know that in the class 21, we only took 2 offensive linemen. That was Max Merrill and, of course, Connor Hayden. And those were both going to be 3-star commits. So. All right. I need me some UT. Me too, man. Horns up. But if you need some football, if you need your football fix, I do believe I think I read today that Jackson State and whoever else they are playing on Saturday is going to be live telecast on ESPN. So it's not Horns football, but it's football. So there you go. Horns up to you, sir. Terry Freeman, horns up to you, sir. How do you do, my friend? Schooler was Pac-12 All-American Conference defensive back as a freshman. Yes, he did switch positions. He switched from from wide receiver to safety for Texas this past season, and that's what he's going to be working with in spring. And the plan is with fall ball as well. Schooler at safety, it is interesting. He showed out, played pretty well as a freshman for Oregon, is what I'm told. I didn't see any film on that, to be very honest. It's just what I read basically from the moderators from sites. Schooler was back to DB as a freshman, so that's cool. Kris Ross is a big commit. He is a big commit. Let's go ahead and talk about Kris Ross. Let me go ahead and pull him up. Of course, he is going to be from Gala, North Shore. 6'2", right around 280, 285 pounds, 6'3", whatever. Thing about him is he is a true defensive tackle prospect. And if you know anything about Gala North Shore, if you watch their football, all of their players, I don't know the name of their strength and conditioning coach, but whatever he is doing, man, he is on point, because all of his athletes are some thick-legged dudes, man. They look like They look like real primetime football players. They look like they are well-conditioned. They look like they are very strong. And Christopher Ross on the interior as a defensive tackle prospect is going to be one of those as well. He is nationally rated as a 3-star prospect, the number 35 defensive tackle overall, but he is rising amongst the ranks as a prospect and as a player in general. In comparisons to what you might be hoping to look, just see that 3-star and just not seeing another 4 or a 5-star above it. Do not be afraid by that. Is right now we need all the big athletic bodies that you can take, and that is exactly what Christopher Ross is that he is a moldable, big athletic body. He does need to improve his pass rush from an interior position, but in high school, it is very hard to dominate on the interior and get to the quarterback, as it is in college and in the pros as well. But as a defensive tackle prospect, the strength is there. He does have the lower body strength as well, as I do like to see that. Other key factors coming down with his commitment was going to be Southern Cal and then Baylor, who was looking to make a late run. But Kris Ross did in fact make a commitment to the good side yesterday, as the Gala North Shore prospect is primed up for his senior season as he looks to get back to the championship game and see if he can get his title. In 2020, he was all-district as a junior. As they did go 14-1, but he is all district, has played all of his ball for a big-time program in the biggest market, in the biggest slot, playing in Texas, which if you watch a lot of film and if you watch a lot of high school ball and comparisons, Texas does have the majority of great athletes. So whenever you're seeing iron versus iron, you can see that whenever you're watching Texas high school football. Whenever you do go out of the states, other than Florida, Ohio does play some good ball, but I've been watching some California ball when I've been watching these Malik Murphy games and some other players such as Coleman and other wide receivers as CJ Williams, and seeing them and what they're playing against in the California is not quite what is up in Texas in comparison. But Kris Ross as a recruit, as a commitment, I believe he is going to be the 7th member of the 2022 class, as Texas Longhorns are going to be in the 8th place, are in the 8th position in the 247 Sports team rankings. But yeah, that's where we're at right there as far as Kris Ross. Big time excited about him. As he did commit on the passing of his father, I do believe. So my condolences to him. But moving on, Terry Freeman, what is Terry to say? I'm not an Epps fan, at least least effective blocker in terms of slow. I like him in the red zone. Yeah, I wish he could have used that big body just a little bit more. His Epps is the 6'7", 6'6" guy, so I really wish he could have used that big body just a little bit more. I would like to see that catch radius. I would like to see him just turn those shoulders, throw up the hands, and just have the ability to body out safeties and other defensive backs that would be possibly lining up against him. I would like to see him much more productive as him as well. That's why out of the returning tight ends, Jared Wiley is definitely going to be the one that I'm most excited about, as I do believe he shows the ability to stretch the field, to hit the seams, and cause the most confusion on the defense. Love getting in the North Shore and getting Ross. North Shore kids are usually D1 and ready to play. They are. That's right. And our D-line coach does have some ties with North Shore. So hopefully we can get that pipeline going with North Shore. As we all know, there's another big-time prospect from North Shore from the cornerback position, talking about Denver Harris, the five-star recruit, as I believe he's the number 5, 6, 7 overall recruit in the class of 2022, depending on which composite site that you do in fact use. But Kris Ross is a big-time major commit. The first defensive line. Yes, the first defensive lineman, the second defensive commit, as we did have Travell Johnson, the speedy linebacker from Arlington Martin. Very excited about getting that linebacker from Arlington Martin, as he did show out on a camp, on the camp scene that he was just recently at this past week. So he's still showing out and performing whenever he is up against other primetime prospects and other primetime recruits. Oh, man. Ross should move up to a 4-star soon. He tore it up in a camp last week. Cool, man. I didn't know that, Terry. I didn't get any information about that. I don't know what camp that was, but it's good to see these guys that are showing the commitment during the offseason with the camps and the 7-on-7. Because obviously with the D linemen and the O linemen, they don't get much run at the 7-on-7 scene, because it's 7-on-7. Their positions aren't being played. So these camps are big time for offensive and defensive line recruits, as they get the reps, as they get to sharpen their iron versus iron, as I like to say, just such as the other skill position players on the 7-on-7 circuit get to, the offensive and defensive line prospects get to on these major camp scene, these major camp circuits. Devon Campbell, 5-star, looking good. Yeah. He's been looking good the entire time, in my estimation. I wish he would commit to the good team. He is one that is looking to take his visits. There is rumblings, there is hearings that whenever the next meeting between whatever committee it's called, whoever decides whenever to lift up the NCAA sanction to allow official visits, it is now set on May 31st. And it is set up May possibly that that sanction would be uplifted whenever that body does meet again here in a couple of weeks. On May 31st, it is set to look that it might in fact release that sanction, and then a whole lot of players are going to take a whole lot of visits, and then decommitment season will commence throughout the whole entire country. It's like once these kids are going to finally start making these official visits, I'm not necessarily this is specifically going to happen to the University of Texas. I'm just saying decommitment season will commence. You can 100% bet your ass on it once these official visits are allowed to happen, and once the NCAA sanction to not allow them is released. But if you like this content, man, if you do like the live stream, I do it for you as often as I can. About once a week, I like to do a live stream. I do like to produce other monologue type videos, highlight videos for you as well. So if you just subscribe to the channel and share it amongst your friends, I would very much appreciate that as well. What other questions, comments, concerns you guys have? And or I'll just move about what I have going on. All right. So I went over the players. So Jake Smith is out with an injury. It was looking like a broken foot, is now been downgraded to a stress fracture that is more looking like what it is looking like. What do you think about Sark working the media and YouTube so far? I like it. It's everything. Why not use every single one of your assets? Why not use everything that is open and available to you? With the new generation, with everybody, hell, I'm 40 years old and I have my own YouTube channel. I'm just now starting to get out in this kind of sort of technology, this new kind of sort of media. Now, these new kids, they're all excited about it. They all know that they can make money off of their likeness here coming up soon. This is a new way to attack them. This is a new way to get your brand, your verbiage, your literature, whatever positive vibes, whatever positive memes, whatever positive sanctions you want out to these recruits, to everybody about your university. You can. So why not? I'm going to try to do my best to produce good content as often as possible to possibly help and to promote the brand and to promote the program altogether. You know what I mean? It's not like I think I'm really doing much of anything. I'm just one person, one man, one mic, and trying to do the best that I can for my favorite team. And so the fact that I love the fact that Sark is working the media as far as and the YouTube angle so far. I think it's smart. I think it's new, and I think it's the new way, the new lit way of doing it. You know what I mean? As they do in fact say. So I just think it's smart, straight up 100%. But Jake Smith, the first practice, did in fact suffer an ankle injury. Excuse me, an injury to his foot. It is looking like a stress fracture. Is the secondary reports, as the first reports were looking like it was going to be a broken foot. But what I'm hearing now is it could possibly be a stress fracture. And I'm no doctor, of course, but I believe from what I've read on stress fractures of these types, that it's more looking like 6 to 8 weeks as far as on a return. So that would mean obviously spring ball is out, and he would likely take it easy during fall ball. Yeah. So a couple of wide receivers talk. Troy O'Meary, of course, coming off the season-ending leg injury this past season, as he was out the whole entire fall camp, missed all of 2020 football season, was showing out as a true freshman, was dominating corners, was looking to be the starting X, and he went out last season, of course, with him coming off last year, making his recovery, and to that leg, he is going to be taking it easy, and so he did not have any competitive drills during the first day of practice, which obviously makes sense, as they're taking it light, taking it easy on Troy O, as he is looking to be the starting X position for the Texas Longhorns, as now he is going to be a redshirt freshman because he didn't play at all last year. Or he could be a true freshman because it was a COVID year, whatever. He's a freshman. Joshua Moore, he did not practice this past practice, the first practice, as he was out with non-COVID related illness. So a couple of guys missing. There is 7 guys that are not practicing at all during spring ball, during spring camp. And I'm just going to name off their names right quick because I did say it earlier. And that's going to be punter Ryan Bruszewski, Derek Harris, the freshman, off a knee injury that he sustained in high school. Offensive lineman Derek Kerstetter, tight end Braylon LeBrock, our deep snapper DeMarvion Overshawn, the linebacker, and the defensive lineman Trevonte Sweat. All 7 of those guys will not see any time, any spring practice at all. So those are going to be big time misses. Those are going to be guys that I would love to see on the 40 playing spring ball, especially my number one important player, regardless of position, is DeMarvion Overshawn, as I believe he embodies exactly what Texas represents, both in the eyes of us Texas fans and of the outer scope of what other fan bases and what society thinks about Texas and its fans. With us being the fact that we get these primetime players, we can get these big time recruits, and we do not develop them. With DeMarvion Overshawn, he struggled his first couple of years as he was a little bit too big to play safety, and he is looking to grow into his natural position that we all thought that he would in fact be, as he's 6'4", rangy outside linebacker. So if we could have a primetime player, develop them, even change position, and then have him be ball out and be drafted high, that would bode very well for Texas. That's going to be pretty much the main reason why he is going to be my number one player of importance, regardless of position for Texas this year. Obviously, the quarterback position for any team is going to be the most important position. But with Texas, I do believe that Casey Thompson and Hudson Card, one of them will step up, and whoever steps it up and whoever Coach Sark does in fact pick, he will ball out and have a great campaign for Texas Longhorns in 2021 this fall. That's just what I believe. So DeMarvion Overshawn being out is going to be a big thing for me, man. So during walkthrough, during Gray's, their Gray workouts, as they were just in helmets and T-shirts, no shoulder pads. During the walkout, Texas was in some 2 tight end sets, as they were early on in last year, as they're probably just trying to get the run offense, more set-based offenses run in. But they do plan on using 2 tight end sets this season. Both the 2 freshman tight ends did get some run. They did get some snaps, of course. Therefore, we're talking about Gunnar Helm and, of course, Juan Davis. And I am going to be getting me a Juan Davis jersey. I made the decision that I'm going to get my favorite player from every single recruiting class. I'm going to get their number. I'm going to get their number. The guy's a freshman. He chose number 81. So that's that straight fire. When I played football, I was 82, and I was a tight end as well, / outside linebacker. But that's rather here nor there. But Juan Davis and Gunnar Helm getting some run at the tight end position, and Juan Davis choosing 81. So whenever you see me with an 81 on my chest in the burnt orange, you know why. So do expect to see some 2 tight end sets this season, as we do have we are going to be focusing on the read option as far as the quarterback position, but we are going to have our speedy wide receivers downfield. We are going to have that quick lightning strike offense that we did see with D6 and Jalen Waddle and amongst others whenever Sark was the offensive coordination at Bama. But I do expect the tight ends to get some run here for Texas, because why else did we recruit so damn many? We recruited 2 to 3 this past season, and we'd had a couple of good ones on the staff, on our current roster as well. So I do believe that the tight end positions are going to get some run. And I love that position, to be quite honest with you, straight up 100%, as the athletic, as the position itself, being a larger receiver, receiver that can run, or a faster lineman that can block, or a faster lineman that can catch. However you want to view it, it is a max up nightmare position by definition. Is my point. That's going to be the main reason why I do in fact love the tight end position. Let's see what we got going on in the comment section, and then I'll move on going forward. What do we think about official visits will help? I do agree 100%. I do believe that's why we lost Evan Stewart as a commit, as he flat out said whenever he was committed for the 4 days that he was a Texas Longhorn, that he was still going to look to make his official visits. And he's still going to look to open up and talk to other teams and other colleges and their coaching staffs. So, as I did say previously, as I did say before, I do expect decommitment season to take place. So just to keep that in mind, not necessarily saying for the Texas commits, for the Texas recruits, but across the nation, across the country, decommitment season will commence once official visits start to happen. Sergio, horns up to you, my friend. Who will most likely replace Jake Smith? Jordan Whittington, maybe? Okay, so this is what I think we're going to do from the wide receiver position as a philosophy. I don't think we're going to have starting X, starting Z starting slot receiver person. I believe we're going to have the best three to four guys out there at a time. I believe we're going to have our best 3 to 4 wide receivers out there at a time. So with that being said, who do I think will be I see replacing Jake Smith? I see Jaden Alexis getting some run as a true freshman. I'll straight up say it. The Prez, as I like to call him, as he's student body president, but he's going by Showtime as his nickname. Jaden Alexis is looking poised to come in and get some run as from the wide receiver position. And what I do like about Jaden Alexis is that he can play from the slot or from the outside. Real strong, real tough kid. Showed great lower body development from Pompano Beach, Florida. As his father was a running back for Seattle, I believe. So the genetics are there. So someone who might come up, might step up that you might not heard of. Jaden Alexis is going to be a freshman who's definitely going to get some run. But what I didn't like about the old staff is that they just would switch out position for position rather than putting the best guys out there to make the most explosive plays down the field to disrupt what the defense was trying to do. But Jake Smith, man, that just really hurts. That just really sucks. It just seems both of those guys, either one of those guys, either Whittington or Jake Smith, is just always hurt. Sucks. He is going to be a stud. Very bullish on him. Yep, I do like. Thanks for the live stream. Enjoy. Keep it coming. Thanks a lot, Sammy. You're welcome, man. Horns up to you. Hopefully, if you're not a subscriber, hopefully you did. And hopefully, if you are new to the channel and not subscribed, you will as well, as I need the subs because I need me some new hats and some new pairs of shoes as I'm only 50 subscribers short. Yeah, see, that's what I hear the wide receiver will be positionless. H7, that's kind of what I've been hearing as well. So that's what I like to hear. I do like the fact that we are going to put the best 3 to 4 guys out there. And I do like to keep the tight end position at least real. At Bama, it wasn't a focal point, but the tight end position did some run. They did get some catches. But it wasn't a focal point as look what they had. You know, they had D6 and they had Jalen Waddle. So out there playing for and making explosive plays. And that running game was real all season. And Najee Harris even had over 500 yards coming out of the backfield. I think 6 or 8 touchdowns as well. So they weren't hurting on the offensive side of the ball. All right, what else we got going as far as camp? Freshmen and early enrollees. So let's just go ahead and talk about the guys who are and who are not on campus. Where did I put that? Okay, here we go. Okay, so these are going to be the guys that are going to be the early enrollees. These are going to be the ones that are going to be already on campus. The safety from Kennedale, Texas, J.D. Coffey, the 4-star recruit who I did make a video on him. Big-time punishing hitter from Kennedale, brought it very well. Had great sophomore film, was a bit down as a junior, but he brought it up very, very nicely as a junior with his explosive playmaking ability. I do like the fact that what he did is coverage in space. Just one quick question I do want to ask you guys that you have been listening to my live streams a couple of times. I do see several of y'all that make several comments. I did get a new mic, so if you could give me any kind of sort of feedback about the new mic, if it's better, worse, indifferent, whatever. Thank you. Jameer Johnson, I spoke about him. Jameer Johnson, they beat a cornerback from Pasadena, California. Looks like he added on some good weight as he was thick neck in his Texas team photo. He is going to be on the 40. Derek Harris Jr. is going to be an early enrollee as well. But as I did aforementioned earlier, he is injured with the leg injury that he sustained while he was playing his senior season. Terrence Cooks flashing the athleticism already on the 40. The sideline to sideline, rangy linebacker from Shadow Creek, from Pearland, Texas. Excited about Terrence Cooks. On the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to say he's probably our biggest recruit. The one that I was most excited about getting. And that's going to be twofold because of his athletic ability and his ability to play the linebacking position, and the fact that the linebacking position is a position of need. And I will get into further detail in that, as it looks like Juan Mitchell is about to bolt out the door. So I'll get talking about Juan Mitchell here in a minute. But as I did aforemention, Jaden Lexus, I do think he will definitely get some run as a true freshman, as a wide receiver. He played a slot position as well as the outside position, inside out. He did get some jet sweeps from his Pompano Beach. Great lower body leg development. As I did say earlier, his father was a running back, so he is on the 40 as well. He's got great genetics. Hayden Connor, one of our only 2 offensive line commits, is going to be on the 40 as well, in participating in spring practices. Juan Davis is also going to be participating in spring practices, and he got some run at the tight end position at the first practice yesterday, as well as his running mate at the tight end position, Gunnar Helm from Cherry Creek, Colorado. He's also on the 40 and making an impact as well. And rounding up is actually Charles Wright and Isaac Pearson from Australia is going to be on the 40 as well. Players that have signed a letter of intent but not yet participating in spring practice because they're still in high school. And that's going to be Jatavion Sanders, the 5-star dual threat commit. Is he going to play on offense as a tight end in the split out position, or will he grow into what I think is going to be a pass rushing phenom on the defensive side of the ball? Ishmael Ibrahim from Kimball, Texas, the cornerback, 4-star cornerback for us as well. Jordan Thomas. Now, if there's someone else that would rival Terrence Cooks on the defensive side of the ball as my favorite defensive commit / best defensive commit that we did get, it's going to be Jordan Thomas, the strong side defensive end. Might slide in front to a defensive tackle, but he is a man, absolutely strength upon strength. As a sophomore, he showed that strength, and that's really what made his name coming out of Port Arthur, Texas. Absolute man-child on the defensive line. Might slide in as a defensive tackle, but is listed in the 250-pound range. But in that 250 pounds, it is muscle, as he is strength. Looking forward to see what he does once he does actually get on to the 40. Another sideline-to-sideline linebacker that we do have is going to be Maurice Blackwell, the 4-star commit from Arlington Martin. Was also going to be a running mate of our 2022 commit, Travell Johnson. But Maurice Blackwell signed a letter of intent, not yet on the 40. And rounding it out, Jonathan Brooks, Texas Player of the Year, Jonathan Brooks, man, nothing else you can really say, is still in Hallettsville. Byron Murphy is still in DeSoto, not quite yet on the 40. And from Mansfield Legacy, the strong side defensive end prospect is also still at Mansfield Legacy and not yet on the 40. So those are going to be the guys that are not on participating in spring drills, man. So that's really important to know, in my personal opinion. All right, where are we at? All right, so just in there, a couple other quick notes. Casey Thompson, I don't think this is any kind of jab at Sam. I don't think this is any kind of him trying to outstage Sam of by any means. Casey Thompson changes his number from number 8 to number 11. And of course, you're thinking, why did he's doing that? Did we not retire that number? No. Is it rude of him to take that number just the year following the year after Sam left, after he was the 4-year starter? Those of you who don't know, Casey Thompson, he did used to roll out the once. He did used to roll out number 11 in high school. So really all he's doing is going back to his traditional high school number that he did grow up knowing and loving as a young football player. So my personal estimation, it's really not him taking a jab at Sam, just more the fact him going back to his original number. Just one other quick note that I did hint earlier, talking about linebacker Juan Mitchell. He told Texas, man, he's picking it up, packing it up, and he is leaving the team. What I did find out so far is the main reason is going to be academics. And the reason why it's such a big deal he's leaving the team is he was our leading tackler last year. He did only have 62 tackles as our leading tackler, 2.5 sacks. But he was our starting middle linebacker. He will be missed. As it was going to be a position of need. It was going to be a thinned out position. And if he does, in fact, not stay on the 40 and he does, in fact, leave, that's going to be a big blow to Texas, man. But that is going to be pretty much, what I got today for you. I am by no means picking it up, packing it up. I'm just kind of sort of saying that's what the information. See if you guys have any other questions for me, comments here in the stream here. Of course, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so, man. I would very much appreciate that. Horns up, Raymond. Horns up to you, sir, of course. And Mike's good to go. Cool, man. I'm definitely good to hear that. As I did have the little Go mic, but now I bought the Yeti Blue. Yeah, Yeti Blackout. I bought this guy right here. Of course, as you see it on screen, it's going to show up on backwards because that's how it's going to good to go. But I'm definitely excited about getting Kris Ross, our first defensive lineman on the defensive side of the ball. One of the positive things that I did hear about whenever he was talking about his why he did commit to University of Texas and about his commitment to University of Texas is he was on a texting thread with multiple other recruits. And they're excited about coming to Texas, but on that thread is going to be multiple recruits that have yet to commit to the University of Texas. So we could have some more future Longhorns coming down the pike here the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. Definitely, we have a safety prospect that a lot of people feel is a silent. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Anderson, the safety prospect looking to hopefully become a Texas Longhorn. Hopefully, we can get some of these offensive linemen. Definitely need some O-line help in the class of 2022 because, as we all know, we did take only 2 offensive linemen in the class of 2021, and we cannot miss on the big guys up front 2 years in a row, man. That would be a complete shame. But talking about offensive linemen, let's just go into those targets right quick and see where we're at with them. See if there's, as you did. There we go. Speak about the offensive linemen earlier. So Kelvin Banks is probably the biggest 5-star that we have a legit chance of landing. We are warm on this prospect. I do believe he is waiting to want to see once the recruitment does in fact open up, and he can in fact take some of those official visits. So I do believe that he will look to extend his recruitment. I don't see a commitment coming down the pipe for him anytime soon. Other offensive tackles that we have a chance of getting, Cam Dewberry from Humboldt, Texas, is probably the offensive tackle that we have the best chance of landing at this time of my estimation. Jalen Early from Duncanville, we need that pipeline to extend. So I would love to see that prospect come to the 40 acres. But the real deal is the offensive guards, as we looking to pull in some more offensive guards. As when you're talking about offensive line prospects and who will be the next one and who Texas is hot on and who is hot on Texas is going to be the offensive guard position rather than the offensive tackle position. And, of course, the offensive tackle position is going to be a little bit more coveted position and the more position of need. But recently dropping his top 8 that we did make from Ernest Green from California, from St. Bosco, the big-time major prospect, the number 2 guard overall. And, of course, DJ Campbell from Arlington Bowie. Talked about him every single live stream that I've done about Texas Longhorns. Talked about him every single one. DJ Campbell, Devin Campbell, a lot of people thought he would go ahead and commit, but I do, in fact, that he is going to be the ones that he wants to wait for the May 31st deadline to possibly open up. Nito, let's just call him from Allen, Texas. Phonics, hooked on Phonics did not work for me. Another guard prospect that we're looking to fill the bill with. Connor Robinson, spoke about him earlier today. A lot of people think that we are slow playing him. I initially was not under the impression that we were slow playing Connor Robinson, but now looking back, I do believe Texas might be slow playing his commitment just some. And another major primetime offensive guard prospect who might thin out and might have the athletic ability and the length to play offensive tackle is going to be Cole Hudson. And I do see Cole rising up nationally, as he's nationally ranked in the mid 300s, but I do see that going up. I do see Cole as finishing up in the top 225 as the top 250 range for the offensive lineman, man. But the offensive line, we definitely need some more commits from them. We definitely need that to transpire. We definitely need that position of need. What are the questions, comments, concerns you guys got going on right now? Been doing the live stream for just right about an hour. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so, as I just need a few more subscriptions to just gain 1,000. If you have any other questions or comments about the recruiting class in the class of 2022, any other questions at all, or any camp notes that I might have missed about that you heard, or any questions about spring camp, about how a spring camp is going thus far, I would love to answer those. In case you did miss earlier, Jake Smith is out probably 6 to 8 weeks, and it's looking like a stress fracture on his foot. Oh, man. Well, again, I'm sorry about the mess. Hopefully I'll have everything cleaned up a little bit more. Hopefully I'll have my nice Horns logo in the back, have the jersey mount up on the wall for you, have the memorabilia, have it looking a little bit better for you guys. But that's pretty much what's going to conclude the program here. There's 15, 16 of y'all in here right now. Number 16, if you could just go ahead. If you have any quick question, ask me right here. Number 16, 15, whoever you are. If you have any quick questions for me. I do try to produce college football content pretty much every single day of the week. I was out just this last couple of weeks as I was moving. I really was busy, as I couldn't produce any content for you guys. I very much apologize about that. Mainly about the Texas Longhorns, college football in general, as well as Texas high school football, as the program and the channel is called the Eyes on Texas channel. But for me, I got a personal saying. I like to say, keep your head in the swivel and your eyes on Texas. You got to keep your head in your swivel in life, man, because you don't know who and where it's going to come from. So with that being said, I love you guys. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Keep your head in the swivel and your eyes on Texas. Horns up, guys.